Smith.
Here.
Clute.
Here.
Bragg.
Here.
Harvey.
Here.
Mayor Robish.
Present. Please join me for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We're going to move on to the agenda approval. Is there anything that I missed that we need to add here?
Move to approve the agenda.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Clute.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Robish.
Aye. Moving on to public forum. Public forum is limited to a maximum of 3 minutes per person. Please state your name and address for the record. Anyone here for public forum? I think we have with us here Ben Chase.
Ben Chase, 1860 Riverview, and the editor of the Huron Plainsman, and thankfully still the editor of the Huron Plainsman. Just want to make the community aware and make the commission aware, we were officially sold as of last Friday to Champion Media. They are headquartered out of North Carolina, but we will have control here of what we are doing. We're going to continue printing 2 papers per week, so that will be different. We'll change from 5 per week to 2, but it will be 2 locally focused papers that will be a little thicker for your hands to play with. And I think the community is going to be very pleased with how this ends up turning out for the overall coverage. But the owners are in town today and tomorrow and have already taken some time to meet all the staff, and they were in Brookings and I believe also in Flanders today too. So they've taken the time to already get to know their staff and come from North Carolina to do such. So this is, they're very interested in making sure we can do what we do best, and that's a big thing. But I do want to make sure to thank the community for the support that we've gotten. Went on Facebook and I put out an e-edition on Friday of the paper, and then put those stories onto our Facebook page today. And 3 people already have contacted me who had reached out in the meantime and said, how can I help? What can I do? Do you guys need anything? 3 of those people have already reached out and asked the same thing. Are you guys in need of anything? Do you need supplies? Do you need people? What do you need? That's really what I've been overwhelmed with in the last week and a half, is just how great our Huron community came behind our paper. We had, between Sean and I believe we had roughly a dozen total offers to purchase at least the Huron paper, but Huron paper, Huron Redfield, 3 of the 4 are all 4, and Sean went through and really worked to get all 4. So we are very pleased to be back in place, and that's roughly 15 jobs in Huron that are going to continue to be here. So that's a very good thing. So that's it.
We're very happy to have you, and congratulations.
Yes, very much. For sure.
Anyone else for public forum? All right, moving on to the consent agenda. Matters appearing on the consent agenda are expected to be non-controversial and will be acted upon by the commission at one time without discussion unless a member of the commission requests an opportunity to address any given item. Items removed from the consent agenda will be discussed at the beginning of the formal items. Our consent agenda tonight consists of 4.1 minutes from August 11th, 2025, 4.2 personnel items, accept the full-time status of Catherine Imar, Deputy Accounting Coordinator in the Finance Office for the successful completion of her 1,040-hour probationary period. Number 2, accept the promotion and job classification change for Garrett Welch from his current position as Water Sewer Treatment Number 2 Operator to a Treatment 3 Operator, effective August 24th, 2025, with a 60 calendar day probationary period. Number 3, post and advertise for a water sewer treatment uncertified position. Number 4, accept recommended changes to the Assistant City Engineer job description, post and advertise to fill this position. 4.3, special on-sale alcoholic beverage license application for chamber mixer to be held on October 14th, 2025 at ELO CPA and Advisors. 4.4, Battle of the Badges 50/50 raffle for Shop with a Cop on August 24th. 4.5, Beetle County Sportsman's Club raffle at Isaac Walton on October 25th, 2025. And 4.6, payment of the bills.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Clute.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Robish.
Aye. Moving on to bid quote items, consider 5.1, consider pay request number 8 from bid number 2024-11 on the 4th Street reconstruction from Midland Contracting in the amount of $33,662.84. And tonight we have with us Assistant Engineer Dennis Bennett, please.
Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners. This is just progress payment on 4th Street. Really, all that's left out there is some seeding, so there'll be one more after that's done, but recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Any questions for Mr. Bennett? Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Clute.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Robish.
Aye. Moving on to 5.2, consider pay request number 14 for bid number 2023-21 Huron Transfer Station from North Star Logistics LLC in the amount of $25,894.99 and authorize the mayor to sign. Again, would you enlighten us, Mr. Bennett?
You bet. Thank you. This is just a progress payment on the solid waste transfer station. It's getting close to being done with punch list items and things, but just progress payment, recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any questions for Dennis? Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Clute.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Robish.
Aye. Moving on to departmental items, consider authorizing the IT Director Chad Borgen to sign and engage in all agreements and documents pertaining to assessments done by and through Secure SD program and its partners for security testing and reporting on the cybersecurity poster for the city of Huron. And we have him coming forward here. Chad Borgen, would you like to?
Well, you said it all. I mean,
Well, kind of, but
I wanted a memo.
I kind of. So, it is exactly what I put in the memo. Just asking for permission to sign any of the agreements for the city, on the city's behalf, for any of the projects that are under the umbrella of the Secure SD program.
okay. Okay.
Second.
Any questions for Chad?
So this is the one where we talked about it before, the recommendation from, at the state level, was it, that all the municipalities do this? Is that where that came from?
Through the municipal league
Yeah,
and the
municipal league
subsequent
and-
public assurance alliance.
Great.
Okay. Roll call vote.
Smith.
Aye.
Clute.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Robish.
Aye. Thank you, Chad. Moving on to 8.2, we have an update from the public safety, and we're gonna have Commissioner Harvey fill us in on this.
Yeah, I'll just run through this really quick. This is stuff that came up at last month's Public Safety Committee meeting and stuff that we wanted to just make the public aware of. We're always working with speeding concerns. Last month was Rushmore Avenue and Center Street West. Seems like traffic really gets up to a nice pace going down that nice paved road on Center Street. And we just ask that you please do not do that. We did implement some parking restrictions on Ohio Avenue Southwest from 21st Street Southwest to 22nd Street Southwest. So there will be no parking on the east side of that street anymore. And we are also blocking the first 50 foot from the curb of 21st Street back as no parking as well, because we're seeing a lot of traffic in that area with that neighborhood growing out south. And it seems like once there's cars parked on both sides, that becomes a really tight two-way or a one-way road, which is causing traffic issues. There is a new stop sign on 22nd Street Southeast and Kansas Avenue Southeast. So as you're behind Tokyo and in front of Huron Title, if you're headed north, you will notice there is a stop sign. We did do that because there's a lot of traffic. It feels like a parking lot, but that is a public street. But there's traffic coming from the main store, the pharmacy drive-through, the gas station, 2 drive-throughs, plus you've got a street pulling in there, so we just felt that it was best if we stopped traffic and kind of made people aware of what was going on before they pull out. And then pedestrian safety on 21st Street in Ohio, back to that section. Again, increased traffic as always. We're really watching that intersection close, but there will be a crosswalk with flashing lights going up there soon. So just watch for that and be careful. With school starting Wednesday, it's more important now than ever that you pay attention. But regardless of where you are in the community, drive the speed limits, remain alert. If there's not a stop sign, that means you should yield. It's just a given, so just try to be safe. Thank you.
Thank you for the update. And speaking of paying attention to new things and whatever, leads us into 8.3. The South Dakota State Fair has been doing a lot of remodeling, rebuilding of buildings, and they're, our fair is big into 4-H. There's a lot of young people with animals. And if you go down Nevada Avenue this year at the fair, they're going to have cattle on the east side of Nevada Avenue, between 2nd Street and Market Road, actually. There's a couple of gates in there. Please keep your eyes open and watch for cattle crossing there. There are certain times of the day that those, I'm going to call them children, have to have their cattle from the cattle yard to the buildings. And then there's another certain time of the day they have to go from the buildings back to the cattle yard. And that's very, very important. We keep our eyes out there. Try and keep the loud noises down for the animals. Most of them are tame, and sometimes that's a problem when they are tame. You come up there and they're not used to that or whatever. So, but anyway, just keep an eye out on Nevada Avenue for the young people, even adult. I mean, anybody crossing, and the cattle also. So, the State Fair wanted us to remind that of that, and there might be some more reminders coming. So, but all good suggestions. So,
Mayor, if I may ask a question
absolutely,
on that?
absolutely.
Is that going to have a crosswalk guard at it, or are they gonna block it off somehow, or?
They were talking about blocking it off, but we didn't want to do that with being right on the fairground, basically on the fairground. So they are going to have people out there on the south side and the north side, kind of flagging, asking you to slow down, giving you the warning, but not necessarily all the time. They're going to do it at the peak times. Is that correct, Chief?
Yeah, that's my understanding, is at the time they're moving the most cattle, they usually have a couple adults there on Nevada who help stop traffic. They're, usually wearing vests of some sort to signify what they're doing, but like the mayor said, the big thing is a lot of times traffic gets congested in that area. Somebody might be stopped 4 cars back, don't know that, and they start laying on their horn. Last thing we want to do is scare a cow and have it take off on a little kid holding a cow. So that's kind of the big thing. They did the same thing last year, worked out really well the way they did it. We had no issues, no complaints, other than just a couple of people who just got impatient.
Do you anticipate that'll become more of a permanent thing with the decks and that location?
My understanding was some of their tie-down areas or tie-up areas kind of got taken out when that deck was built. So there's not a lot of places for these people to put their animals between the times that they're showing. So that's what kind of caused that east side of Nevada to be used more prevalent than it was before. So I have a feeling going forward, unless they come up with something else on the fairgrounds, it's going to be pretty common every year.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You bet. Anything else on that?